Friends, the 2019 elections are no ordinary election. These are not just an election between various rival parties where it doesn't matter who wins and who loses. In this election, democracy either wins or loses. And that is something your vote and my vote and our participation as citizens will decide. And I'm here before you to make a very specific appeal about the Ara seat in Bihar, where this battle for democracy is going to be fought out, and which is a very historic seat, which I will tell you more about. But this is a seat on which the CPIML candidate Raju Yadav, who is also supported by the Mahagathbandhan parties on that seat, is contesting on the side of democracy. And we need your support, we need your help, so that the laborers, the midday meal cooks, the ASHA workers, the landless laborers, the peasants of the region, who are all putting their strength and their might behind Raju Yadav and behind the CPIML, their struggle can be strengthened, and you can play a very important role in this. I want to tell you a little bit more about this. See, about this particular election, we know what this battle for democracy means, right? This battle for democracy is not an abstract battle. This is literally, we are literally experiencing an attack on our freedom to think what we like, write what we like, study what we like, research what we like, speak what we like, sing whatever we like, even laugh freely, love who we like, eat whatever we like. All these freedoms are under an unprecedented organized attack, which has been conducted by the government of the past 5 years, which has also at the same time conducted an absolute all-out attack on all, not only on democratic rights, but on our economy, on our society, on everything that is India as we know it, right? And what does democracy mean? Does democracy mean that we will have, when I say democracy will win in this election, does that mean that we will have nothing to complain about in a democracy? Not at all. It means we have the freedom to complain without those in power sitting and telling us that we should be raped or killed, and we should receive death threats and rape threats every day for doing what citizens should do, which is complain to a government, make demands on the government, hold the government accountable. It means that there will be a government which will feel impelled to hold press conferences and speak to people, right? Now, just imagine for a minute, this exact same battle for democracy has actually already played out in Ara. In the 1980s and 1990s, there was a complete feudal stranglehold over that region. And the battle for democracy was fought there by the CPIML. And what did that democracy mean for the landless laborers of that region, who were mostly from oppressed castes, and they were extremely poor? That freedom meant for them the freedom to be able to do something as simple as sit on a charpai, sit on a bed outside their own home without being told, how dare you sit there when the feudal landlord is walking by. You shouldn't sit there. It meant the freedom for women of the oppressed families, oppressed communities, to walk with their heads held high. It meant the freedom for a young boy, a young Dalit boy, or a boy from an agricultural laborer community to be able to go by on a motorbike or play some music without being told, who do you think you are? How dare you do that? Don't do that. It meant the freedom for couples to fall in love across caste, and for Dalit communities to not be killed on account of such intercaste relationships. It meant the freedom, above all, of the landless poor to be able to organize into unions, into organizations, into demanding wages, demanding land. And it meant their freedom to cast a vote. Yes, to cast a vote. The right to vote existed in the constitution, but nobody could cast a vote there. It was CPIML which ensured that the Dalits were able to go cast a vote, and not only just cast a vote, elect people that they wanted to see inside the assemblies and inside parliament. All right. And this battle did not come cheap. It was met with violent feudal reaction. The Ranveer Sena, in fact, did things which we only saw after that happening in Gujarat 2002. The Ranveer Sena was the forerunner of all that. It was a communal, feudal, casteist, private army which massacred Dalits. It was a terrorist organization which massacred Dalits, massacred women, massacred babies and children. And yet, that battle for democracy was won in spite of all this. It was won by the CPIML. And today, again, the people of Ara know that the victory in this election means it is not just a victory for Raju Yadav. It's not just a victory for the CPIML. It is literally a vote and a victory for this hard-won freedoms of the people there. They know that the victory of Narendra Modi again, that the victory of the BJP candidate in RR Singh again, those will mean the emboldenment of those very same feudal communal forces which will want to run amok all over again, and which will want to ensure that they and their corporate bosses, the Adanis and the Ambanis, are on top, and that everyone else has to live in fear. That women have to live in fear, Dalits have to live in fear, landless poor must live in fear, the poor must live in fear of the rich, and basically the whole regime of fear must exist. Fear and the hierarchies must exist all over again. So for this battle of democracy, how is it to be fought? I mean, they have the Adanis and Ambanis and their coffers and on their side. They have the electoral bonds on their side, through which foreign and Indian corporations can give unlimited amounts and no one can ask and no one can know. What do we have on our side? Well, we have the people on our side. We have the workers, we have the peasants, and we have won electoral battles in the same Bihar, in that soil, and we have won electoral as well as people's movement, street battles on this strength, and we have all of you. You are important to this battle, and we hope that you will contribute to this crowdfunding link generously. That you will contribute with your hearts open and do whatever you can to ensure the crowdfunding link will be open till the 2 days before the election, till the campaign lasts. And we are appealing to you to make sure that we are able to collect the entire amount that we need to ensure that Raju Yadav is elected, that the flag with 3 stars, which is the election symbol of the CPIML, that wins. We need your help to ensure that this important battle for democracy is won there. Thank you.